Next, it's Julie Jiskra Seymour. Is it Jiskra?
Yes.
Am I saying that right?
Yes.
Thank you. It's Julie, right?
Yes.
Jiskra became only the second female in school history to win the Frank E. Robbins Award for Outstanding Senior Athlete. She did that in 1987. She was a 3-time state cross-country champion and a 2-time state champion in the 800 meters, 1600 meters, and 3200 meters. At the Meet of Champs, Jiskra won the 1600 30 consecutive years, setting the state record as a junior in 1986. She helped the Wampus Cats win the 1986 state cross-country championship and state track and field titles in 1986 and 1987. She ran the 10,000 meters at the TAC Outdoor Championships in New York, qualifying for the 1991 Olympic Sports Festival. She placed 6th in the Olympic Sports Festival 10,000 meters in Los Angeles. She competed in the 1992 Olympic Trials in New Orleans in the 10,000 meters. And she is here tonight along with her parents, Tom and Sharon Julie Jiskra Seymour.
Thank you, David Grimes, for all the hard work, all the text messages, all the encouragement for this honor. Thank you for the all the people that voted me in. This is just such a great honor to be here amongst such a great group of candidates. I just can't even believe that I'm in the same room with some of these people. It's just amazing. Thank you to my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ for blessing me with this honor. Without him, I wouldn't be standing here. There's no doubt about that. I'm just so blessed that he has put so many good people in my life that have made this possible. Starting with my family, of course, my mom and dad, my husband Clint, my sister's here, my niece Montana. But really it all started with my mom and dad. Since becoming a mom myself, I'm so much more appreciative of my mom. My mom was the greatest example in my life of a selfless servant. I know a lot of you can say that about your moms, but my mom is the best. She was the glue that held our family together. She wasn't a runner, but we played tennis, we played endless rounds of golf, so many memories I will cherish, I will never forget. But she definitely didn't get told thanks for all the stuff she did behind the scenes to support me. From the littlest things that you think are little but are big, meals, clothes, moody high school girl that she had to deal with, biggest cheerleader in my life. Used to fly when I was in college to my meets to see me run all over the place. And a lot of these things that she did in and of themselves don't seem like much, but I now know how much they were just pivotal to my success. She still is my biggest cheerleader. She's tireless in her support of me. She never asks anything in return. And, God used her to teach me really how to be a servant. And I love you, Mom. Thank you. If you know me, you probably would be surprised that I was always very active and outdoorsy when I was little, growing up. And when I was 12, we moved from Illinois to Arkansas. And that is the summer I started running. My dad would get off work, and we'd go right across the street to Log Park, and we would run. And when I started running with him, it was hot. It was the summer. And one thing you never did around my dad was wine. And this one particular day, it was so hot, and I was tired, and I don't know exactly what I said. I think I said something like, couldn't we slow down? Do we have to run today? Big mistake. I don't remember what he said exactly to me back, but it made me mad. And I ran the rest of the way in tears, vowing no matter how hard it hurt, I was going to beat him. And I did beat him that day, but heat stroke just about got me. I think he thought he was going to have to take me to the emergency room. But that was the day I learned how to suffer. And, what can I say? That's how I spent time with my dad, and he's the one that really got me into running. I can never repay him for that. It's just, even if I never won a race, it's just the joy of being out there and just pushing myself and pushing and running and being out in the great outdoors that I would have never experienced had I not started running with him. So my dad used, God used my dad to teach me that whining does no good, hard work pays off, and to be successful, you just be yourself, be on time, and be dependable. And these things have proven true in my life, and I will always, always cherish all the crazy places, and we ran some crazy places, and all the time we ran together. I love you, Dad. Thank you. I have a sister, Terry, and she's here tonight. She's 5.5 years older than me. And when I was young, I used to go watch her. She was like my hero, and I wanted to be around her all the time. I'd watch her play all of the sports. She was good at basketball, softball, just anything she did. She could ride a wheelie on her bike for blocks. I still can't ride a wheelie, and I ride bikes all the time. But when we moved to Arkansas, she got married, and she stayed in Illinois. But I would go back on the summers when I was in high school and visit. And she would take me to work out, because I always had to be working out. She'd take me to tracks, races, all those things. Another just great cheerleader and encourager in my life, and I love you and thank you for all you've done for me. You know, sometimes God brings someone into your life that at that time you have no idea that that person would impact you in such a life-altering way. And that person for me was Henry Hawk. Henry used to own Hawks Athletics. And he had a gym above it. And when we moved to town, my dad and I joined his gym, and we'd go there, we'd run there, work out, and run home. And I don't know, that's the first time I met Henry, but I don't know how we started running together. But like he said, we started running, I was like 12, 13. He was like in his 40s. And he lived about a mile from me. So every morning at 6 a.m., he would leave his house and I would leave my house. And we'd meet up and we'd go running. But funny story, I used to give him such a hard time because he would literally get up an hour and a half before we were to meet. He'd have to like have his coffee, he'd have to stretch, he'd have to do all this stuff, and we'd meet up and he'd still like complain about how stiff he was, and man, why am I so stiff, and blah, blah, blah. And I would literally get up 10 minutes before we were gonna meet, brush my teeth, throw on my clothes, be out the door. But now, lo and behold, I'm 50. I get up an hour and a half early. I have some coffee. I stretch. Henry, sorry, so sorry. It was such a hard time. I feel you. But no, seriously, Henry poured so much time into me, running with me, coaching me, and he could have totally been doing his own thing, but I wasn't even related to him. He just poured and poured and poured into me. There's absolutely no way. I could have been a state champion. I could have run in a foreign country. I could have gotten a scholarship to Rice, state records. None of that would have happened without Henry Hawk. But most importantly, what he taught me was how to pour into another person in a selfless way. And he still does that today. If any of you know Henry Hawk, he still pours into people very selflessly. And I can never thank you enough for what you did for me. You were one of my dearest, dearest friends, and I love you, and I'm thankful God crossed our paths. I've coached a little over the years, and it's made me realize how good the coaches I had were. And I just want to acknowledge a few. Coach White was my first basketball and track coach. Coach Strain, what can you say? What a great coach. He coached us so well that when I was in junior high, I got to run on the high school team. Coach Gilmore, basketball coach. Coach Wilson, track coach. Coach Clements, basketball coach in high school. But there's one coach in particular that really made a difference in my life, and that's Coach J.R. Ross. He was my junior and senior track coach in high school. And, by then I had been running quite a few years, and I had definite opinions about like what I thought I should be doing. And when Coach Ross, came to be the coach of the high school, I think I had a little bit of an attitude, and he just handled me so well. He was so flexible. He let me run with the boys, and let me keep running with Henry. One time he let me run a road race and then go to a cross-country race the same morning and run. And he just knew how much I loved to compete. And I still love to compete. I would compete in anything. He also came to visit me in college, brought two of my classmates, Laurel Shock and Donna Sossman. When I was in college, what coach does that? What high school coach does that? Comes and visits you in college. He cared so much, and I really, really appreciate him. And I'm sure he lost a few hairs coaching me, but thanks for putting up with this girl and working with me to make me as good as I could be. Thank you so much. And for all the coaches, all the time you took away from your family and your own life just to pour into me. I really, really appreciate it. I was blessed to have just great teammates. I was a part of one state cross-country team and 2 state championship track teams. Our state cross-country team, Laurel Shock, Kelly Chamberlain, Rhonda Carter, Nancy Collins, Leslie Reed, Tina Spradlin. I mean, these people, I mean, the bonds you get with teammates is just incredible. And I still keep in touch with some of these people today, and couldn't have done it without them, that's for sure. Some of the people in our state track team, Shannon Soppy, Laurel Shock, Donna Sossaman, Kendall King, Rhonda Carter, Juanita and Paula McCrae, just on and on, the people, like all previous candidates have said, that have just made this possible. I so appreciate it. Last but not least, thank you to my husband, even though he wasn't here when I was in high school. 25 years he's put up with this girl that has definite opinions and loves crazy adventures. Super thankful he could come tonight. Love you. Thank you all for this honor.
Julie Jiskra Seymour, congratulations.